from Hilltop Crafts, where we do a great deal of stuff with all stuff fluffy, and we also make combs and hackles, and this is just a quick video to help you get started combing. I'll just show you this. This is just quickly washed some fleece here, and this is from a New Zealand Suffolk lamb. I've never used this fleece before, but it's very nice. It's got a really nice crimp to it. As you can see, this is the cut end, and this is the free end. And so I'm going to start loading it on my comb, and I'm going to load this cut end to the back of my comb. So I'm just going to take the fleece. This is I am right-handed. This is my non-working hand, so I'm going to load this comb this way so that I have more control, because one, the comb is really sharp and I don't want to catch my knuckles. Well, really, that's the main reason. So I'm just going to draw the fibre down the tines, and I'm using the single row combs here, 4mm tines, and I'm just going to keep loading up. If you're starting out, the less fibre you put on your combs, the better, really. You'll just find it easier to work with to begin with. So, keep loading my comb up. I haven't done videos for a really long time, and there's a good reason for that. I am not a fan of hearing my own voice. So apologies for the babbling in the video. Right, so I've got the comb loaded up, and there's not much fibre coming through here. There is a bit. I wasn't really paying attention, but the less fibres you have out the back of your comb, the better, really. You've got your comb front loaded there, and then so with your working hand, you should really do it away from yourself. So push your comb through and pull, and then I swivel my comb and I do it the other way. Just be careful that you don't impale yourself on the tines. And so you are pulling the fibres from one comb to the other. And then you just do it again, so you feed one comb to the other. Now, depending on the kind of fleece that you've got, how tangled it is will entirely depend on how many passes you need to do. This fleece is quite, it's very, very clean fleece, and already just a couple of passes we've already got the fibres in one direction, and they're pretty uniform. So I mean, you could take that off. I'm going to give it one more pass, so that I've got my combs onto my wool onto my clamping comb. Now, if I was going to take this fibre off as a roving from the combs, I would now clamp this down onto the table with my clamps and does the fibres off. But I am passing this onto the hackle. But I mean, you don't need a diz, and if you're just wanting to quickly take some roving off, all you need to do is just gently, between your thumb and your forefinger, feed the fibres off. until you're happy with what you've got. Now I'm just going to pop that to a side. I'm going to load it on my hackle in a minute. So I've just left myself a bit of a task. I've left myself all the shorter fibres. But so I'm just going to pass this onto my hackle down here. So I'm just going to pass my comb through my hackle, same way I did with my combs, and draw the fibres off there. This bit that I drove off as well, I'm just going to load this on really quick. So you can see, after I have combed off onto my hackle, what I've got left on my comb is all the short fibres, the second cuts, the bits that the shearer maybe went back into, and these are potential net makers, which for you spinners is no good, but for me as a felter, I just take it off my comb and then I will use this in a project. Okay, so this is the fleece all loaded onto the hackle. I've just lifted it up off the tines so I can get the clamps in. And you really want those very tight, because the last thing you want is your hackle to slide around. Okay, so I'm just going to start at this end, twiddle a little bit of my fleece, feed it through a big washer I'm using as it is, and slide it right up to the end of the hackle, and then pull, slide, pull, slide, and the wool will magically take you along the length of the hackle. This is quite a short fibred fleece, short staple length, so I think I'm going to blend it. So I'll pop it onto the blending hackle next, and I'll show you how to blend your fibres. Got a little net through there, I'm just going to pull that out. Don't want that in there. And that's it. Lovely little roving. Very squishy. And there's hardly any fibres left on there at all. I'll take them off so you can see what waste we've got. And again, I'll keep that and pop it in my felting bits.